You probably know him as the no-nonsense host of the show Bar Rescue on Paramount Network. Jon Taffer has 40 years of experience in the restaurant industry. He travels around the country helping failing bars and restaurants turn things around. I caught up with him earlier today to talk about how the pandemic impacted restaurants and why he has no doubt they'll come back.
Is probably a huge day for bars and restaurants, and especially coming out of this pandemic. This is a really important, not just day, but time of year. And really, as we move forward into the rest of the year, this is going to be huge for those bars and restaurants trying to get back on their feet.
It is. It's not only revenues, right, and the opportunity to make a lot of money. It's an opportunity, a holiday like this, to reconnect with those customers who haven't been with us because of COVID for so long. So here's a great opportunity to reconnect with our marketplace, reconnect with old customers, introduce ourselves to new customers. So this is one of the greatest opportunities all year. And honestly, because of what we've all been through, probably the best opportunity in 2 to 3 years that the industry has had.
We'll talk about some of those obstacles. I mean, we know everyone has been hit hard by the pandemic, but the restaurant industry especially hard.
Yeah, we got nailed, and people should understand that restaurants cost 4 to 5 times more to build than a retail store does. So restaurateurs are typically in debt because of the kitchens and all the equipment and such that we buy. So when the pandemic hit, they not only had the labor and the rent, but they had the equipment payments and the debt from the equipment. So as an industry, we got hit hard, as everybody knows. And the to-go business saved us to some degree. And now, interestingly, Michelle, restaurants are running 20% ahead of pre-pandemic levels in sales. So customers came back, and years ago we talked about pent-up demand. Well, son of a gun, it's here. So again, customers are coming back. I think we want our lives to get normal again. We want to look at each other's eyes and see each other and interact with each other again. And bars and restaurants are so much the fiber of our society.
Well, you certainly have seen your share of bars and restaurants in Bar Rescue. I know you've seen really some kind of unbelievable things over the years.
Yeah. I have. When I started this show now almost 12 years ago, I never knew this depth of failure even existed, Michelle. I mean, people 50 years old, living in their parents' basement with their wife and their children, in debt, hundreds of thousands of dollars, operating a bar that has toys on a wall, just bizarre, crazy things. And but, it's not about rescuing the bar. It's about rescuing the family in many cases, saving them financially, protecting their houses. It's about saving veterans who own these businesses that are failing. One episode that you'll see, we saved a 30-year veteran police officer who was literally going down the tubes in 2 weeks. So, these are really powerful stories. And yep, the bar is what I fix, but my goal is to fix their lives and position them and stabilize them. And at the end, when I get that hug, Michelle, yeah, boy, is that a rewarding thing.
Do you encourage people, and do you think that the restaurant industry will continue this comeback and really go back to where it once was and even further?
Yeah, I do. It's, our industry is going to cross $1 trillion this year. Pre-pandemic, we employed about 14 million people. 70% of all restaurants are single unit owners, meaning ma and pa owners of about 1 million restaurants. We're the largest promoter of minorities into management positions of any industry in America. So, we have a very important place in our society. We employ typically 80 to 100 employees, sometimes more in each restaurant. So the industry will survive because people love interaction, and that we can't get on that computer screen. The industry will survive because a cup of coffee isn't about a cup of coffee. It's about the social interaction that happens with a cup of coffee or a cocktail or a great appetizer. So, yep, I think the industry goes on, and I think its place in society gets even greater.
Good, good. Well, your insight really is invaluable. So great to talk to you today. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Good to see you, Michelle.